Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another political episode. We are back again, and we got a based ballot measure. Unlike the last ballot measure we talked about in New York, it was super woke. This one's pretty based, and I'll tell you, a lot of skeptics of this ballot measure says, "Oh, why do you need to put this on the ballot? U.S. citizens can only vote." Well, here's the thing: if you're gonna put woke crud in your constitution, then I don't see why conservatives can only either. Can do it too. Just saying. So basically, we have, of course, the amendments here. It says this amendment would change the Constitution. So this is, of course, ballot measure S, whatever it's called, Amendment 1, and it's the only amendment in North Carolina. This amendment's basically saying, hey, if you have, of course, you only can, let's just start over here. Shoot, why is this up? Okay, darn it. Okay. This is ridiculous. This amendment would change the state constitution to say that U.S. citizens can vote. And it never was that non-U.S. citizens can vote. Nowhere in the country can non-U.S. citizens vote, believe it or not. But North Carolina wants to implement that and say, hey, we want to make sure that no non-citizen can vote, of course. Make it clear in every state. North Carolina is one of them. And of course, you have two shenanigan counties that are voting against it, and that is Durham, this is Orange, and Durham counties. These two counties, I believe they're part of the Black Belt, I'm not sure, but they're influenced by Wake County, Raleigh. I believe they're African American. They definitely have an African American population there, and as a result, yeah, it's pretty liberal in these super blue counties, and they voted against this ballot measure, and they obviously oppose having only U.S. citizens vote in this election, in elections in general. Why do we have U.S. citizens vote in this election, in other elections? So we can it's about election integrity. The left seems to think it's about suppressing people's voices. No, it's not. It's about election integrity. Because if you let people in that will influence and change the system, a lot of people are not going to trust the system. They're going to be skeptical of the system. So ultimately, this ballot measure passes. 77.6% approve of this ballot measure, which is actually very good. A landslide, and you'll see even the urban Mecklenburg County approved this ballot measure by 70% of the popular vote, which is amazing, if you will. Good performance there. And the county what's the county that mainly supported this ballot measure? Bladen County. And Bladen, I'm guessing, it's right here. Bladen County. It's somewhat influenced by, of course, the Black Belt, this African-American county called Cumberland County. It is an African-American county. It also showed an excitement of amount of support in the said county of Cumberland, in support of this ballot measure, of course. The county that voted against it's either Durham's right here, Durham or Orange. It's actually going to be Durham. That's going to be the county that mainly voted against it. It was pretty compatible, though. 53% of Durham opposes this ballot measure. This is also a very, very deep blue county. I don't think Republicans won't ever have a chance of winning this county. It voted, let's see, come on, 80% for Kamala Harris, 75%, this is in Orange County, 75% for Kamala Harris, Durham County, 80%. Trump only receiving 18% of the popular vote. So, of course, we have the measure. There are certain measures where, you know what, it's kind of hard to win over those liberal voters in Orange and Durham counties. It's just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. The people there have painted themselves to be like victims. No, we should allow everyone of any background to vote. Well, here's the deal. We are allowing everyone with any background voting, right? And plus, it's wrong to discriminate, but what we're doing is they argue it's discrimination. No, it's not, because there's something called within reason, right? Within reason, it's okay. Because taking a look at, for instance, voter integrity and election integrity, okay, we need to make sure there's no outside forces like cartels from Mexico suddenly voting in this election. That can happen, and especially today, where national security seems to be a big problem with the border and just immigration. We have the biggest immigration more than ever now. More immigrants more than ever coming in. And I think we should be concerned on the integrity of our elections. Yes, if you're become a U.S. citizen, though, yes, then you can vote in this election because you proved your your loyalty to the United States of America. You see how that works? You proved your loyalty to the United States of America. Therefore, you can vote in this election. Oh, that's not fair. We should have to prove our loyalty. Boo-hoo. It is what it is. Otherwise, you ain't voting in this election. And this isn't just the case in the United States. It's the case everywhere else. In Mexico, I expect not to vote in the Mexican election. Suddenly going to pack up and go to Mexico and vote in the next presidential election, whatever that is. Doesn't work like that. I can't vote in Mexico's election. I'm not a Mexican citizen. The thing is, the countries have a right to establish their own laws, and the United States said, hey, only U.S. citizens can vote. Not U.S. residents, U.S. citizen. Residents are different than citizens. A lot of people think are the same thing. Yes, I'm a citizen of in my town. Correct. I vote in my town. I pay tribute to my town. That means I'm a citizen. When you reside somewhere and you don't pay tribute, you don't pay taxes, that means you're not a citizen, you're a resident. And I don't see how you can be a resident without paying taxes. To a point, residency and citizenship is the same thing, but citizenship is more about paying tribute. I'm a citizen of this state. I'm a citizen of that city. You see what I mean? But yes, these counties voted against it. They're mainly voting against it because they think that it's discrimination. It's not. It's not discrimination because, then again, we're not saying you can't vote at all. Then again, you become a U.S. citizen, go through the naturalization process, and boom, you can vote. Okay? Simple than that. The thing is, it requires work. Oh, we shouldn't have to have these poor individuals go through that work. They went across the world on a boat or whatever, or a plane to get over here. Now you want them to do more work? You see, you're thinking about this emotionally again. Yeah, the world's a rough place. The world requires you to do hard work. Deal with it. Deal with it. Live with it. And get over it. You can boo-hoo, whine, and cry. If you're an emotional person and can't handle it, go ahead. But you can't stop the process of what our country has been doing this for years. You think this is only meant to harm people of color? I don't think it's only to people of color. It's obviously, we've been doing this with Irish immigrants back in the 1800s, Italian immigrants, Swedish, Norwegian immigrants, along with German immigrants. We do it with Europeans too. It's about integrity. And of course, we enforce immigration laws on them. Hey, we impose a certain amount of immigrants, and that's honestly what we should do. A certain amount, a certain limit. Stop dumping all these immigrants into the country. We're drowning in them. We can take immigrants, but one dosage at a time. Otherwise, we're going to start having a lot of problems. So we started getting to immigration. I mean that, but immigration kind of goes with citizenship. But yes, obviously, a lot of people, conservatives alike, they're skeptical of why North Carolina wants to put that in the Constitution, even though that's already U.S. state law. Well, I am not going to be hypocritical. I'll admit it. I think it's a little silly that they're doing that. But I also think, just like the left did in New York, they're kind of trying to stick it into the other side. They're trying to score political points. And that could possibly... And this is a swing state, so it's not like this is a deep red state or a deep blue state. This is a swing state, and that just believes in the integrity of U.S. elections. So anyway, what do you guys think in regards to our video? Let me know down below. And as always, I will see you all in the next political episode.